The science of agriculture, the land, the seeds, and the man.
Agricultural survival.
They have represented me with the worst image. But I know without a doubt that it's because of your lack of knowledge. Foresight, they don't have to see distance. That's why they're living in ignorance.
The man.
I Chelasway, I say, any country that use.
Hi, I'm your host tonight on What Matters at the Roundtable. Stanley West McPherson, April the 17th, 2018. You can see that this year is moving quickly and quietly out of here. But guess what? We're live on Pegasus, Channel 13, Spectrum TV Cable Network. We're live in the studio, and you can call in. Area code 607-272-0319. You might have something to say, or you might want to get in on the discussion tonight. But if you miss tonight, live in the studio, you can pick us up on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. or Thursday at 10:30 a.m. or Sunday at 3:30 p.m. But if you don't have cable or Spectrum, yes, or Pegasus, Channel 13, you can get a direct link. Yes, a link to the show on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, and you can have it. Don't worry, we're on the internet, we're on Google, we're everywhere. So you can get what we want you to have, and that is what we are saying, what matters at the round table. Because what we are saying is happening up until today, okay? Or if you don't have a direct link, guess what? We can send you one, or you could have my number on the screen or my email on the screen, and you can, guess what? You can call or get in touch with my email, and I will send you a link. So you can get the show all around the globe. Doesn't matter. You can have it. And we give shout outs. If you want that, you can have that too. But guess what? You can have it. And so we want to give a shout out to Sunshine, Rosadal S, and many others. We have Mel. We also have David, Linda, Melissa, Dot. We have many we give shout outs to. Also, we give shout outs to those that we see around here. Jean, Anna, Ashley, all those that we associate with, we also give shout outs to. So Jackie, she's still at Sally's. We haven't caught up with her yet because she's on the move. But guess what? You can have a shout out as well. So we let people know that we here to help. And that's all we're here to do, to help you get out of poverty. That's it. We're not here for nothing else. We ain't here for nonsense. You know, some people, they want to call you for nonsense. We ain't with that. That's the government. They does that. They do nonsense. They lie to people. They prank. They do all that nonsense. We're not about that. But here, this is what we do. And in the studio, live, co-host, Milton, Webb. Milton, how you doing?
Doing good. What's up, Stan?
Good. I mean, listen, right now, the things that we are doing is moving, but the government is getting in trouble. And
Right.
the trouble you see that they're getting into, you know, believe me, it shows that who you voted for is not the one, okay? And he's only was put in there because they didn't want to put a woman in there, and that was Hillary Clinton. And you know what? It's really not time for a woman to be in there yet, because that's not the one. the woman that's going to put in there. So you need an upright woman, a woman that's going to do right for the people. If they going to put a woman in there, okay, but not her. She wasn't the one. So, she's lying, she's stealing, got emails, all that nonsense. That's not the woman to put in there. So they put Trump in there, and now they about to get him out because he's going down, okay? Because the Russians, I told you, they are telling on him. And now it's out. They want him. This is what he want to do. He want to fire Mueller, the prosecutor. He want a special investigator. He want to fire this guy because he's getting too close. And the Russians already told. They gave up the secrets. And guess who want to impeach him? Paul Ryan. The guy he ran against, want to impeach him because they got the goods now. So Paul Ryan is going to impeach him. So listen, I'm trying to tell you, it's got to come down because the God that we serve, we get on guard all the time about this stuff. You sitting up in heaven and you watching all this stuff, you need to do something, because if we do something, you get mad, but you don't want to do nothing. So this is what I'm telling you. So he's doing something because he's listening. He's got his ear open, okay? And he's listening to what we're saying, and he's doing something because he see it. There's nothing, you can't hide it from him. What can you hide? He's the King of Kings. What are you doing? But now it's coming out, and they're coming down. And this is what we've been telling you. That's why we don't take these people's sides, because they ain't helping you. They're not trying to get you out of poverty. They ain't trying to do nothing for you.
Nothing.
Milton, what are they trying to do?
Nothing. And the whole thing about it is they telling you they're trying to do something for you, and then all of the time that they're trying to do something for you, they're not doing nothing. All they're doing is just saying it, and then they lean back and, well, I got people looking into this. I got people looking into that. Ain't nobody looking into nothing.
Thank you.
The only thing they're looking into is to keep you in poverty and keep you broke. All right? Keep you not having a job. Keep you can't go out and do nothing. This is what they're keeping you in. A lot of people say, oh, Trump's going to turn the world around. Yeah, he turned the world around, all right. Now y'all trying to kick him out. So when it comes right down to it, there's nobody you want to see put in there. You know who should have been in there? I don't care what nobody say. That was Cool Daddy Bernie. Bernie should have been there.
They wanted Bernie. They wanted him to be in there. And all of a sudden, they used Bernie's age. So about, he's too old. He can't do this. He can't do that. But see, that was an excuse not to put him in because he was the one that was going to help people. And they didn't want that.
Yeah, well, you see the whole thing about it. Yeah, you're right. They don't want you to help nobody. And the whole thing about it is what president wasn't old.
Thank you. That's what I say. All of them is old.
The more knowledge you got with age and wisdom, so who do you go to? That 25-year-old out there that's just trying to come out of college or skipping school or whatever? No, you should have went with Bernie.
They should have went with Bernie from the beginning because Bernie is the one that's going to help us.
Right.
So I just want to let people know that guess what? They messed up now. And now, by them messing up, you're going to see that
Trump ain't all that.
He wasn't never that, okay? He was never that. They put him in because of money. And that's why. And then the Russians did their thing behind the doors. And now they're coming out and they're telling because they say, oh, we rig it. Now they say, well, will he rig? Will the Russians rig the next one? Will the Russians do this? Will they do that? You see? Because they didn't put their hand in there. And the ones that's going to jail is the ones that's telling. Because the time is like, whoa, we don't want all this time. And that's what they're doing. So they're giving him up.
Yep.
And now the president is trying to fire Mueller. He's trying to get rid of him quick. Okay? That was like the governor did when the investigation got to him. What did he do? He fired it. He closed it because it was coming up to his backyard. And so he hurried up and shut it down, close it. And so they couldn't get to him, but they got his man, his right-hand man, okay? He went to jail. So maybe he going he gonna spill the beans on him.
He don't tell.
You see, so
He ain't gonna tell. He ain't gonna tell. He is not gonna tell because of the simple fact now. All right, if the governor can close it down while you bringing the investigation to him, his number 1, number 2, and number 3 man in jail. Well, number 1 and number 3 man in jail.
Yeah.
All right, where's the number 2 guy? Now is he the number 1 man?
Yeah.
Or did he just fade out?
Thank you.
Because see, you gotta look at it. Somebody's gonna be putting these repercussions down somewhere. Somebody's gonna have to account for all of this stuff that's happening. And when they can't account for it, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a problem. And now it's a problem because they want to find out. Now they got to worry about who's telling on who. Okay. Who promised who? If he don't keep his promise, homie gonna spill the beans on him, and then he's gonna sing and swim on him, and so they up the river because they don't know which one of them gonna give up the beans on them, because all you gotta do is, you know what they do in the prison, they put the pressure on him, and the guy put a knife in his back, and that's a wrap. He's telling on all that. Hey, that president, get him out of here. He did it all. That's what they do. So, there's no promise that you come out, you can come out of there. They talk about 6 months for the Russian. Listen, 6 months, that's a long way.
Look, you're talking 6 months.
Yeah.
All right. Now, is he gonna be here in 6 months?
Yeah.
Or is he gonna do 6 months over there?
Oh no, they want him to do it here.
Oh yeah, because they know if he get over there, they ain't gonna never see him again.
Exactly.
So the whole thing is this here. When they mess up and they do stuff, all right, the first thing that happened, all right, you always gotta remember, in war there's casualties, always. Sometimes you got to give up this, sometimes you got to give up that just to have that and get that over there. Well, the guys that are going to jail are the patsies. Those are the ones, the downfall guys. Those are the ones that take the fall.
That's right.
Okay? So now they're going to go to jail. They ain't going to say nothing. When they get out of jail, their families are going to be there waiting for them. And they're not going to have a record in Russia.
Right.
Only in the United States. And the whole thing about it is, the United States is going to send them back home.
Yes.
They don't have to come back. So that record that they got here don't mean nothing.
Sure don't.
All right? So when it comes right down to it, watch your casualties. Watch who's doing what. All right? And the thing about it now, since he is president, all right, anything that happens, he can and will know it before the press does. And he'll know how to get around it. And that's what's happening with Mr. Trump.
Well, they got his man going down. They're about to get one of his lawyers, and so he's running. And then another one of them is resigned. So, they jumping ship quickly because they know that this man is in hot water, and they got him, they got him doing all kind of mischief, misbehaving with women, That's crazy, This man is outrageous, and so. But look who you put in there, Y'all didn't want to deal with his taxes, but y'all also didn't want to deal with everything else. But yet you went thoroughly on President Barack Obama. They went thoroughly on this man.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want to see his birth certificate. We thought he was a Muslim. They went thoroughly, but this man they ain't did nothing to. Now all this stuff is coming out on the woodworks, and now it make them look like mincemeat because all the women announcing raping women and all this old crazy stuff that this man been doing.
Sweeping shit under the rug.
That's what they was doing, and guess what? The same token, his taxes and all the money he was making. Now they about to go after his family now because they saying everything ain't meeting the eye with them. All of the stuff how he got his money, So it's always going to be something, and it don't make a difference on who it is, whether it's right, whether it's wrong, whether it's almost there. It's always going to be something, and it doesn't matter. We all do it. We all get mad. We raise our voice. We do whatever. But we're not the ones trying to steal the country. Right.
All right? See, now what he's doing is way less beyond a president. Okay, so you sit here and you talk about, oh, Barack Obama's a Muslim. So what? That's that man's face. He could be anything he want to be. All right? Ain't nobody talking about Trump. Y'all was at all of that. Oh, he was racist. He was this. He was a Nazi and this and that. And then what did he say? Stop it. I'm not that. I'm not this. And then you don't hear nothing else. But Barack Obama had to defend himself the whole time he was in office.
Exactly.
And let's not make it a person-to-person thing. Look at what you're doing, who's running the country, how the country's being ran, what people are thinking, what they're saying. All right, this is what you got to look at, because the things that are out there, you get hung up in that penny ante stuff, and that's all you're going to have is penny ante stuff, while everything else slips through the cracks and it's gone. Somebody putting a hand on it, we can get rid of this here, we can get rid of this, because they're so busy on this here, they won't know that this here came and went, and
that's exactly right.
And that's what's happening.
And that's why we don't even dwell on his nonsense, because if he did wrong, then that's him. He's gone.
You know what?
You know, they put somebody else in there and sail the ship. You know, but the ship got to keep moving.
They ain't gonna do it.
It's got to go on.
They're gonna keep the captain in that they got.
And then they're gonna be like the Titanic. And you know, I heard the Titanic came from. Where did it come from? It came from England. Over here, it was coming over here and it sank.
Cause it hit that iceberg. They figured, you know,
it was coming from England over here and it sank. I was like, look at
you
that.
see the whole. It's just like this president. They figured, oh, we got all of this steel, we got this here. There's nothing that can penetrate this.
Yeah.
All right. Now all of a sudden they're hollering Mayday.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
We are going down.
Yep.
All right. And that's what's happening. So when it comes right down to it, are you going to be on the sinking ship? Or are you going to mess around there and leave? Like the band played till the boat went down. Let me explain something to you, okay?
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right? You don't pay me that much money. I'm playing music on a boat. Okay? And this thing is sinking. How many chords do you think I'm going to push out on this thing? Let me explain something to you.
Ain't nobody trying to get off, huh?
I'm trying to get me a life jacket.
Yeah, exactly.
Help people in a boat, get in a boat.
I'm getting out of there, yeah.
When the boat go, when the ship go down, I want to be way over there talking about, it was a good boat.
That's right.
All right?
But I'm off that.
But let's see how we can roll the shore here.
I'm on
You know,
there.
the whole thing about it is, the last and the bottom line comes right down to it. Be careful what you want. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you do and how you put it. Be careful who you say what to and who you put in office. Like we said, you got to mess around here. Do your homework. Don't do it because he's Donald Trump. He's he's head of all these hotels. He's a great businessman. This and that and this. There are great businessmen that failed. What makes you think he's not going to fail? He's failing the country now. So when it comes right down to it, what are you going to say? What are you going to do? So who and what are you going to look for in the next president? The same things that you had here? You're going to be in trouble again.
They're endorsing the wrong people. They're not looking. They just looking at the surface, you know, and they're not checking things out to say that, you know what? Oh, what was he doing before he even got this? You know, he's running there, but what was he doing over there? Oh, he did a whole bunch of this. He did this. But they knew this guy's record off the top because everybody that he was with was always robbing and stealing, always into some kind of nonsense, taking. So they knew what he was about. They knew that. The people already knew that. It was out. They just didn't want to put in the lady.
See,
Hillary, that's what that was about. But that's the case. You know, they didn't sham Bernie and made her run. That's how that went down. They shammed Bernie and she got on the ticket. Because if Bernie would have got on the ticket, he'd have beat Trump. And they knew that. So what they did was they got him off the ticket, put her on the ticket, knowing that they're going to make Trump beat her because they don't want to put a woman in there. And they use the electoral college vote. You ain't never heard of no doggone college electoral votes. Man, get the mess out of here.
And nobody in college voted for Trump.
That's the whole thing about
They
it.
was all voting for Bernie.
So, yeah, so you can see what they use, how
You know-
they use this stuff.
You sit there and you look at it and you ask yourself, who put him up to run?
Exactly.
Okay, so the bottom line is this here.
Exactly.
If somebody put him up to run,
They had
who
to
did
do
it?
it.
So you look at it like this here. They got rid of Bernie. All right. 2 weeks before the election, Hillary was doing fine. And then all of a sudden, the FBI want to investigate her again.
That's right.
That's how she lost the election.
That's how she lost.
Okay? But the bottom line was, all of the stuff that Trump did, all he did was sit back.
Yes, he did.
So who do you think he
didn't do
paid?
nothing. The Russians, he paid.
Uh-huh.
The Russians did it.
Yeah, well, you see now.
The Russians did it.
So who was the people who got these machines to going and
The Russians made him win.
Thank you.
The
Because
Russians did it because they got the fingerprint, they got all these machines, they got everything.
That's right.
And don't forget, they sold it to us.
that's right.
That's what Russians just sold it.
So now what makes you think that they ain't had nothing to do with it?
Thank you.
And all of these people are sitting up there, well, we don't have any proof. What do you mean you ain't got no proof? All right, see, this is the thing that they do when they don't want to put their man in a problem.
That's right.
Okay? Oh, we don't have proof. Oh, we need probable cause.
That's right.
All right, how many people are in jail doing time because they didn't have proof
Thank you.
or probable cause?
That's right.
Do they turn the proof backwards on them? Did they put probable cause backwards on them and convict them?
Yes, they did.
So let's sit up here and ask ourselves, how many innocent people are in jail? Because first thing they say is the judicial system. It ain't all that. It's not correct. It's not all that. There are, anywhere you go, whether it's the judicial system, voting, people,
Yep.
anywhere there is people, you're always going to have a thought. Did it or didn't it?
Yep.
That's the thought. So therefore, did they put him in office?
The Russians did it.
Did they put him in office? Or did the
Russians
people of
did it.
America put
That's
him in
right.
office?
Because we ain't do it. The Russians did it.
And everybody said, well, who voted for him? Because I ain't vote for him.
Exactly.
So how did he get in?
That's right. The Russians did it.
Now you
Who
see
did
how
it?
you see how they thought about that. Oh, we're gonna look into this and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
it went away. And then you had one persistent person. Well, wait a minute, this happened. Now all of a sudden you got to bring all that stuff back up. Now we're gonna continue to look into this.
That's right.
So everybody that's looking into this, he tries to either fire or get rid of.
Yep.
All right, you down the road.
That's
Here's your
right.
pink slip. You're done.
Because everybody that had an identification card or a fingerprint that voted, they was disqualified. They all of a sudden, their paperwork didn't come up good. It was the Russians did it because they deal with the fingerprint. They made the machines. They made all of this stuff. So if your fingerprint don't come out right and this and that, and you voting and you got an ID, the Russians did it. Okay? They put him in there. They did it. Why? Because they own the blueprint.
That's right.
The fingerprint, the blueprint, they own it. They own that. So it was the Russians who did it. That's what I'm telling you.
I want to say to a friend of mine, she's in the hospital. Her name is Wendy. She has a cyst on her spine. So we're going to be having a lot of prayers and stuff going out for Miss Wendy. And you hang in there, girl. Hang in there, because from what I understand, it's bad. It's bad, but she's working with it. So you just hang in there. Her son just got here, so he's hanging out there with her. So Wendy, you hang in there. We got prayers for you, baby. We'll say them for you every night.
So we are here to let you know that we hoping people get right, come out of poverty, whether it be health, okay, wealth, whatever it is, because poverty can be health. You know, it tear you down. You know, so you got to make sure that you don't want poverty no way. No, you know, you don't want it in health nor in wealth. You don't want it. You want to get out of it. And this is what we here to help you with. And so that's what we on. We on the verge, okay? And you will see. Stay tuned because that's coming next.
More to come.
Okay, more to come. So we want to let you know that we thank you for being in your living room, okay? And this is what we do on What Matters at the Roundtable. Milton and I, every week, we here to help you, okay? And we'll see you next week. Good night.
Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know see from what here, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food happy in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no solution in this pollution. Them only mission is to create era done. Then after election, them cut them one. Get a youths, take this message from this Rastaman. I and I. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know see from what here, too much blood a run. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food happy in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no solution in this pollution. Them only mission is to create era done. Then after election, them cut them one. Get a youths, take this message from this Rastaman. I and I. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know see from what here, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food happy in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no solution in this pollution. Them only mission is to create era done. Then after election, them cut them one. Get a youths, take this message from this Rastaman. I and I. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know see from what here, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food happy in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop.